Beautiful Libra, hi, the scales. Welcome to July, welcome to your tarot horoscope reading for the month of July, and it's going to be a very interesting one for you. I am going to dive straight in. So this is a reading for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, or Libra enthusiasts. If you love them just like me, I do adore this sign. I'm fascinated with what is going on in the sky, and I do use astrology and the position of the planets as a way of tuning in with your energy before doing this reading. And what comes up here is that it's a lot about authentic communication for you, Libra, about figuring out what is ego and what is soul and how you can unite that, because it's going to be reflected in your partnerships, and partnerships are going to be on your mind for the next 6 months. But first of all, there's a light that is shining on your career, your legacy. What are you going to leave into the world? And we have the World card here in your present as a major arcana. We're doing a simple spread from recent past to present to near future here, because I feel that with the current confusion and turbulence, and Libra is such a balancing sign, is such a dual sign, that I feel there's a group of you that are really riding this energy beautifully, and then another group that might be utterly confused, and that's okay as well, because that's part of the initiation process, and we are all being very challenged by this big conjunction that is going on in the sky. And for you, as the cards are telling me, as well as the planets, it's about that access of it from inner, from the mother, from the home, the safety net, to the outer world. And a light is being shown, yeah, on that kind of legacy. What are you gonna leave the world with? And that's on your mind, especially this month in July. So as there's a lot of inner reflection about that, and where did you not take your responsibility for who you are in the world? That might be a question, and something that you might be thinking about. So in a recent past here we have the High Priestess, and the High Priestess, she is this all-knowing, elder, motherly, occult, witchy figure, right? So there's also the duality, and you have here the black and the white, and that's gonna be challenged, where you see that you made like black and white decisions. You're gonna have to integrate both things, like integrate your private life and your public life. These things need to become one, and harmoniously one. And yeah, and there needs to be like a, how can I say it, like a kind of new balance, new integration that needs to happen between those two aspects of yourself. Also, for those who have not, how shall I say, not addressed the mother archetype, this will be reflected in your outer situations, because I feel that many of you are looking at partnerships, and also romantic partnerships, and a significant other. And if you are single, over the next 6 months, you will really have a passion towards that. You will be driven towards partnering up with someone. You're gonna want to live a love story, and maybe you can already feel it in your heart, and some of you are warming up to it in a very nice way. I can see that as well, because you've been feeding yourself here with the High Priestess, with that energy of study, of self-improvement, of working on yourself, of getting to deeper knowledge of self, and deeper knowledge of your soul, and your soul past, your soul history, and where your soul wants to move towards. So to give birth to the soul, which can be through creativity or literally having a child, to come to that beautiful balanced man woman, man, woman, but that partnership where you work together. For you, it's going to be very important this month to kind of look at this axis of growth, to grow up. And I feel that maybe if you're watching this reading, there's this kind of delightful Peter Pan syndrome, that you have been dragging along and it's beautiful and you feel safe within it, or maybe you didn't even see it and it comes to light right now that you really feel like it's time for an initiation in adult life. And so yeah, if this idea of the mother is not yet beautified, if your relationship with your mother is unbalanced at the moment, you're going to be asked by your spirit, by your angels, to kind of find a resolution there. And this can be also done within oneself. It's about finding forgiveness with the High Priestess as well. It's about finding higher knowledge and about coming to what is behind this, what lies underneath, what is the underlying essence of this kind of perfect union we are striving for. So I feel that you have been deepening your studies, that you've been on a quite that you've been on a journey, getting in closer contact with spirit and with what your soul has designed for you. Because we have here in the present the world, and the world is really the ideal human. Like how are you going to present yourself? These are questions that you are asking yourself, and it's about authentic communication. And you might be going on an inner journey about this in July, because we have in the near future position the Hermit, which is Virgo Sagittarius. So again, Sagittarius, it's about depth, it's about finding truth in solitude, it's about finding solace in nature and learning the laws of nature, and through the laws of nature coming to the revelation of the cosmic law, and implementing then that cosmic law obviously into your worldview and who you are going to be in this world. I'm feeling it's from above. Okay. Interesting. So in the recent past, do bear with me, it's Mercury retrograde. Sometimes I really hear myself form very weird sentences, but I hope that the message is getting across. So you have been working on yourself. You've been on a spiritual journey in nature. I see you looking at the garden. I see you looking at all the beauty that nature has to offer, all the things that you had planted in the garden. And there's a song that comes to me, it's quite a depressing song. Sin at the corner, nothing compares to you. So there's this sentence, all the flowers that you planted in the garden, mother, that somehow speaks to me here. And you have come to certain conclusions, and you have come to a certain, you've been contemplating, and your mind has been very active in a sense that you had this communion with nature, and there has been already a lot of messages that have come to you, that have been delivered to you. And you know, this card comes up so much, like we're all watching our garden, but as you see, this person is still wearing two different shoes, two different colors. So you're kind of going within and asking yourself, what is my true color? Am I pink, or am I rather brown, or orange, or am I rather, what is this, like some kind of weird brown? Also, there's a detachment taking place. I'm feeling you are detaching from a situation. There's a cycle, a spiritual cycle, a karmic cycle, rather spiritual cycle that has made full circle, and you are ready to implement the lessons. So recently, just before you went into July, there was this kind of obstacle, and still, like, this guy also is wearing two different shoes. So he's on the brink of changing into something new, of balancing something out. And this is the guy who gets stuff done. And this is in the position of the kind of the obstacle or the other. So what you're looking at. So you're kind of looking at where you have in the past acted or reacted, instead of taking a moment to contemplate and to see what is truly the heart, because the brain, we have two sides, and the heart, we have only one. So where have we reacted and chosen the path of action? It's also a yogic path, but the path of work, of diving in, of throwing oneself into all the collateral of the outer world, instead of finding the wisdom within. And you kind of, because these are your old ways of just like going about life and not taking the time to meditate and to sit with yourself, you come into July with a kind of backlash to that situation, I feel. So just a little warning to not fall into the old ways, because we have that big conjunction Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, which is retrograding in that sector again. So you might be finding yourself repeating stuff in your day-to-day routine that you already knew was not what you needed to do to evolve. I also see you coming into July here with a few questions about your resources, your money, or how to, basically, what is the next step when it comes to your resources, when it comes to the buildings you're gonna spend time in, the home as well, but maybe you own a company, or you have like something is going on in the actual building, in the structure. So there's something that needs to go there, that needs to be finished. There is something that you need to let go of, I'm hearing, but that you kind of tied to. I'm feeling you tied to the ground with this. So there is a situation that asks for the high priestess, that asks for your higher wisdom. What is really important here? And where is this situation that because we create everything, we create our reality, that I created with this building, with this home situation, where is that a reflection of the renovation that's actually happening within? As within, so without, as without, so within, as above, so below. So this kind of hermetic law and principle is something that you are coming to live. And I do feel that you had a rebirth that is now asking for your implementation in the world. Let's say, how you're gonna implement that. And then for some of you, it's really about, okay, how can I partner up with myself in the most authentic way, in the most honest way? You might want to ask yourself some honest questions here in July as well, like, and I already said it, like, who are you going to be in the world? Knight of Wands. Yeah, interesting. So you have this energy to go far. To go far, there is, like, the fire is gonna be lit. And I feel that it's towards someone or something that you really want. There's the Knight of Wands here. Maybe you want to go, that's also about going on a journey. You might want to go on an adventure with someone. In July, I see you traveling. I see you going somewhere where it's warm, somewhere where you have time to clear your head, somewhere almost, I'm seeing almost a desert land, like a lot of orange, a lot of brownscapes, dry earth, the south. I see you going south rather, and moving, like you come into July with, you're moving towards your true self, and there is adjustments. We all need to make adjustments. But with the Knight of Wands, there is that energy. There is a fire that is lit. There's something that is motivating you. I feel you being truly wanting to go for it, ready for the hunt. If you are not paired up with someone, and I see here at the center of the reading, it's the Four of Wands. So there is this image of the couple in the middle here. I don't know if you see it. And they are as walking through a portal of married life. So with Mars there in that sector, this is really what you're going for. And this kind of is a literal portrayal of your astrological chart here. I am seeing that, and you have a card falling. Interesting, the Hanged Man. This is the Yogic card. Delays and waiting. Waiting for something. Contemplation. So there, this kind of puts in perspective, you want to move forward, and you want to move forward so bad, and you want to move forward towards this union. And this union, it's always a union of the personality and the soul first, and then the outer union. Or we attract unions that are rather karmic, and we can always come to a place of greater union within, and once we find it, we can lose it, and it's a constant recalibration, of course. But I do feel that the cards here ask you with the Hanged Man to take a moment of true inner reflection, what it is that you want, what it is that will give you that insight in how you want to live your life, where you want to live it, and with whom you want to live it, with what kind of person you want to live it. And then you are finishing a lot of tasks. There were a lot of ideas that you had in the past, and now you're kind of assembling them all and seeing what you can bring home. And in the beginning, you're gonna want to bring it all home. So you're gonna feel like, oh my God, it's like a burden, and how to move from here. At the same time, there is a creative cycle that has ended. There is something new that is going to be birthed here in July. And obviously it's a new, more authentic you here with the Hermit in the third position, in the position of the near future. So I do feel like at the end of the month, like you're still, with the Hangman and the Hermit here, you're still asked to go within and go to a place of, who do I want to be, and who am I really? Because who do I want to be? We can pretend to be anything, and that's then the mask we wear in public. But it's really that merging of the inner and the outer that is the task at hand here, Libra. You are asked to review a few things that aren't really so usual. There is an initiation that has been taking place for all of us, but for you, you are asked to take a seat in the heart and to really feel your feelings, and to be very, very truthful with yourself, because the King of Cups, he has an emotional maturity and he has discernment, and he knows the place from where he is acting. So you want to be that. So you want to have that emotional stability, that emotional security, where you can mature into the new you. Actually, just a more, I don't like the word adult, but maybe that's my own Peter Pan syndrome. The more grown up you, the more loving you, And maybe you are already full of love, and Libra is a very romantic sign, but this is about true love. True love and discovering all over again what that is. And to discover that, you might be asked to look at stranger things. Look at, maybe you have already manifested that. Maybe you're just opening your eyes towards alternative living situations. And what are those relationships teaching you? There's some questions about if you are a woman, do you want children? What kind of person would you like to be in the couple? What kind of mother would you like to be? What kind of father would you like to attract for your child? Attract and child in one sentence. That's really a Mercury retrograde move. It's gotten so popular, this retrograde, right? So kind of reviewing things of your career as well, how you're gonna stand in that. And how is your next stage, the next stage of you, which is definitely here and there's no escaping. And there's a bit of growing pains here of wanting to hold on to old stuff here with the 4 of Pentacles and with the 10 of Wands. And then a demand to look at things that, to be confused, to feel your confusion, and that's all right. That's all right, because there's great love here for you, and there's great love here within yourself also, because you are going to, I feel that you're gonna be in very close contact with yourself, that you're going to really sit with you and be able to move from a very authentic place after July. Okay. So I would like to pull a few cards just to see if this is about someone. There's someone involved in this. Because as I see it now, it's very much about you, Libra. This might not resonate with everyone. That you have a rising sign, you have a moon sign, so do please check those out if this is not at all resonating with you. Okay, so there is with the eclipse, we have an eclipse on the 5th of July and it's in Capricorn. With the eclipse, there is a judgment, there's a decision. There's a decision that's going to happen about your day-to-day life, about how you serve the world, about what are you gonna do and how you're gonna reorganize your life. And you're gonna make these decisions and there's no escaping them. You're in communication with yourself and there is a decision that has been made. And this might be reflecting also in your personal life. I see you making a decision on how you're gonna stand in your one-on-one relationships around that time as well. And rising from that with it's like almost like a celebration, because there's a lot, it's like Judgment Day. There's a lot of stuff that you see now you were dragging along for so many years and you don't need. And there is this kind of standstill that is going to happen when it comes to your love life. If you were involved with someone, it's not really a breakup, or a break, because this is truly like, it seems like this month is very much about you. So this is more about you just taking a moment to just like lay with it all and see the change and feel the change within you before moving forward. We have here this kind of desert land that I keep seeing in the cards, but that I keep seeing in flashes before me, as well, as if you are asking for a total silence, a total clearance of the space to be able to know what you truly want and who you truly are as well. I feel it very essential, heart-centered. This is an important month for you, Libra. I do feel that some of you have already had some advancement on this, some progress on this, and have been addressing these things that I've been talking about, and are not at all so affected by the constellations, because Libra does get a bit off from the journey that, like, the Venus retrograde drag out, and then the whole I mean, there's a lot of harmonious influence in the stars for you. So for some of you, this might be just like small adjustments, but then again, it's so much about you, and so much about you stepping into the next you, an even more real you. And some of you might be already very close to that, but there's always another layer to peel off. And I see also that you are going to end this month with the Three of Cups, with a sort of, there's going to be a celebration, and also a moment where there will be a coming together with people that you love, where you will see like, oh, okay, everything's, if this was a bit of a big confusion and a turmoil for you, that you're gonna see like everything's okay, everything's going to be okay. My slice of paradise is waiting for me. I do see you ending the month in more harmony, if you address these things that still confuse you. I would like to pull some oracle card here. If you can have a little word of advice for Libra. And also, like, with this emotional maturity, addressing unpopular emotions and seeing that they also serve a purpose, and then getting to what the true meaning is. What does your soul want to tell you? Okay. Yes, what does your soul want to tell you? Unconditional love. So this term might trigger you, or it might inspire you, but it is about loving it all, and loving all the aspects of life, and loving even the drama and the tragic and the conflict, the inner conflict, loving all the parts of life. And yeah, interesting month for you, Libra. I hope this resonated with you. Do know that you have a rising sign, that you have a moon sign, a Venus sign as well. I thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking, commenting. That really helps the channel forward. I hope to see you in August, and I wish you so much love and support and strength to wander through this wonderful month of July. Namaste.